The wind howled through the canyons like a wounded animal. Red Hollow had always been a dying town, but tonight it felt like its last breath was finally leaving. Marshal Ethan Cole rode in slow, dust clinging to his coat, hat pulled low to hide a face carved by years of regret. His horse limped, hooves dragging over the dirt road lined with shuttered windows and creaking signs. He'd left this place 7 years ago, chasing justice across the border. But justice was a word that didn't mean much out here. Now he was back, not as a hero, not as a savior, but as a man running out of time. The saloon door groaned open as he stepped inside. The piano was silent, chairs overturned, the smell of whiskey mixed with gun oil. Behind the counter stood Clara Dawson, once the light of Red Hollow, now a shadow wrapped in worn lace and quiet fury. Her eyes found him instantly. "Didn't think I'd ever see you again, Marshal. Didn't think I'd have reason to come back." She smirked, that same crooked smirk that used to melt him years ago. "And what reason brings you now? Guilt or Boone?" The name hit the air like a gunshot. Wade Boone, an outlaw who'd once controlled every inch of Red Hollow with fear, whiskey, and a rope. Ethan had driven him out long ago, or so he thought. "Boone's back," Ethan said. "Burned 2 ranches on his way from Silver Creek. Took 3 lives, maybe more." Clara leaned forward. "He took my brother, Ethan. You think I don't know?" Silence stretched between them, heavy, bitter, full of memories neither dared to touch. Finally, Ethan spoke. "I'll stop him." Clara's eyes glistened, though her voice stayed steady. "You said that once before. You stopped him and left me behind in the wreckage." Ethan looked away. "You were safer without me." She stepped closer. "You keep telling yourself that." Night fell over Red Hollow like a shroud. In the streets only the wind moved, swirling dust, rattling windows, carrying whispers of old sins. Ethan sat in the sheriff's office cleaning his revolver. The star on his chest was tarnished now, but it still meant something to him. He looked at a faded photograph pinned on the wall. Clara and her brother, smiling beside the old church before everything went wrong. He heard a floorboard creak behind him. Clara stepped in quietly holding a lantern. "You planning to take Boone alone?" "Always have." "Then you'll die alone too." She placed the lantern on the desk, eyes steady on his. "You ever stop being stubborn? You ever stop being stupid?" They stood there a long time, the silence between them softer now, fragile like hope. Outside, thunder rolled, not from the sky, but from hooves. Boone's riders had come early. The gunfire began before dawn. Ethan kicked open the office door, shouting for townsfolk to take cover. The first bullet shattered the window beside him, splintering wood and glass. Clara dove behind a barrel, revolver in hand, firing into the street. Her aim was true. 2 outlaws fell before they even reached the saloon steps. Ethan took position near the trough, firing back between bursts of dust and smoke. For 20 minutes, Red Hollow burned again. Then silence. Ethan stepped out, smoke rising from his gun barrel. 5 bodies lay in the dirt. Boone's men, not Boone himself. Clara looked at the horizon. "He's drawing you out, making you chase him." He nodded grimly. "Then I'll take the bait." By afternoon, they were riding hard toward Devil's Ridge, a jagged stretch of stone and sand rumored to swallow men whole. The sun was cruel overhead. Vultures circled distant carcasses. The land itself seemed to hum with danger. Clara rode beside him. Sweat and dust streaked her face. "You ever wonder what it's all for, Ethan? Law, Justice, revenge, what's the difference anymore? He glanced at her. Justice ends it. Revenge feeds it. She looked away. Tell that to my brother's grave. They reached the ridge by sundown. Smoke rose from the valley below. Boone's camp. A dozen horses, 6 men, maybe more. Ethan checked his rifle, jaw set. We go down. We don't come back up unless he's dead. Clara nodded, her voice low. Then let's finish what he started. The ambush came fast.
Echoed off the canyon walls. Ethan and Clara dove for cover, bullets sparking off stone. "They were waiting for us," she shouted. "No," Ethan growled. "They were waiting for me." He rolled, fired, dropped one gunman, then another. Clara fired from the side, quick and sharp. But there were too many. A bullet grazed Ethan's arm, tearing through his sleeve. He grimaced, teeth clenched. Then he saw Boone, standing at the edge of the camp, watching, hat tilted, shotgun resting on his shoulder. "Cole, you still think you can bury me twice?" Ethan raised his rifle, fired, missed. Boone's reply came fast, a roar of gunfire that hit the ground near Clara. She screamed, stumbled, and fell. Ethan's heart stopped. He dropped his rifle and ran through the gunsmoke. "Clara!" She was on the ground, clutching her side, blood seeping through her fingers. He knelt beside her, voice breaking. "Don't move." Her lips trembled. Too late. The air felt still, the world narrowing to her face, her eyes, the faint smile that defied the pain. "It's okay," he whispered. "It'll be over quick." "You said that once before, when you left me. It wasn't quick then." Tears mixed with dust on his face. "I won't leave you again." Behind them, Boone approached slowly, shotgun aimed. Ain't this sweet? The lawman and the widow, bleeding together like a sad poem. Ethan stood, turning to face him. "You took everything from me, Boone." "No," Boone spat. "You did. When you took my men, my land, my pride. I'm just taking it back." Ethan's fingers twitched toward his pistol. Boone noticed. Too late. The gun roared once. Boone staggered back, eyes wide. Another shot. Then silence. Boone fell, the dust swallowing him whole. Ethan lowered the gun slowly, breathing hard. He turned back to Clara, but her eyes were fading. "Stay with me," he said desperately. "The stars, they look clean tonight." Her voice faded, her hands slipped from his. Ethan sat there, cradling her against him, the light dying around them. The west was quiet again, cruelly quiet. Days passed. The ridge was empty now, but stories spread. About a lone marshal who rode into hell and never came back. They said he buried her in the green hills, where the wind sang softly through the grass. They said he carved her name on a stone with his own knife, then rode east, never to wear a badge again. No one saw Ethan Cole after that. But on still nights, travelers swore they heard a woman's whisper in the wind. "Don't move." And somewhere in the dark, a man's voice answering softly, "I know, it's too late."